server update.
Pyre brains, please. Pyre's fine. No, Pyre's not fine.
We're fine.
Okay, we're live.
You are live.
Hello.
Sorry if this is a bit sloppy, folks. I'm not in the best of health at the moment, so things are a bit chaotic. But yes, hello, and welcome to session 8, which is also session 2 of season 2 of the Old Myths. I'll find out which naming convention I prefer at some point, I'm sure. I have no idea which at the moment, though. But yes, anyway, before I get to having my wonderful players introduce themselves, two quick announcements I want to make. One, as I've already said, I am unfortunately under the weather at the moment. Can't see us all. That's odd.
Well, I can see it. It's difficult.
Yeah. Try refreshing this.
I can just stream starting soon.
That's odd. Wonderful. We have lovely. We already have technical difficulties.
No. It did take a while to switch over.
Yeah, I've got it showing for me.
I think we're all good now.
We're all good.
I'll continue on. Okay. Yeah. So, where was I? Oh yes, a bit under the weather at the moment.
Yeah.
Past few days haven't been that good for me, unfortunately. So I am very low energy at the moment. Not in the best health. You'll hear me sniffling a lot, I'm afraid. But yes, I'm going to do my best to try and bring the horror and the terror as much as I can to my players. Probably just in a bit more of a subdued way, which hopefully I'll just add to the creepiness. Second announcement, any and all music you hear for the Old Myths is the product of Alex Rowe. Rowe being spelled R-O-E. You can find him under that name on YouTube, Spotify, and Bandcamp. I've listened to his music for literal years. It's very thematic, good for setting atmosphere. So yeah, do go check it out. It's well worth a listen. And with that said, why don't we go around and have my players introduce themselves, and we'll go first to the one that made this beautiful overlay for us and is managing tech, Jesse.
Hi, I'm Jessie. You can find me at Who's the Moose and all the social media sites that you could possibly think of. Probably. I'm playing Sin, our wonderful blue tiefling ranger, and pet of, in charge of Umbra, our MVP, the most wonderful one, our panther Puma.
Who's also the team leader.
His companion.
Wonderful. And from one tiefling, why don't we go to another, a new arrival for the group, unless I'm getting things mixed up in my head. Jono.
Hi, I'm Jono. You can find me on Twitter at MammalJono. I will be playing Brother Morton, the tiefling warlock, who is just a little less happy to be here, but happy nonetheless.
I'll break you of that happy-go-lucky attitude eventually, don't worry. We've ground down at some point. I'd go to someone who's really not enjoying her time with this next. Fellow Sam, go ahead.
Hello, fellow Sam. Yes, I'm Sam. Samtastic. You can find me on Twitch and on Twitter as Samtastic, 3 M's. I play Pyre. We both use she, her pronouns. Pyre's having a great time. Yep, I love it here all the time, always, with my face centimeters from Pandemonium. It's great.
Yeah, nothing ever goes wrong, does it? And last but certainly by no means least, Stephen.
Yep, I am Steven. You can find me on Twitter at Stephen Arnold. I am playing Gilder Tavois, the other ranger of the group, who's just having a great time. You've just accidentally stumbled into Pandemonium. It's fine. We're not freaking out. It's fine.
We're all having a great time.
Technically, we aren't in it yet.
Technically. But yes,
Accidentally wandered into it.
Last and least in comparison, there is myself. You can't stop me saying it, Sam. Don't matter how many times you shake your head. You can't stop me saying it.
You can't stop us from shaking our heads.
Yeah, so there.
Yes, hi, I am Sam, or rather Samuel, considering there's another Sam, and it's just easier to do so. I can be found on Twitter as Eldritch Warlock, and I will be playing everyone and everything else in this mad, insane adventure of my own creation, set in a world of my own creation. And as you've heard mentioned by my players already, where we left off last time was with Pyre kneeling on the ground, having cast Augury, I believe it was, getting back Wheel and Woe in return, and then looking up to realize you were staring directly through a portal set within these mists in the Delum Forest that leads directly to Pandemonium. And just because I think that's a very lovely starting point, we'll jump right into it actually, since I'm not sure much more information is needed since it's Pandemonium after all. Yes, indeed. Pyre, would you look up on this spell you've just cast? The auguries having foretold both good and bad choices should you decide to continue forward on the path you're currently walking for the next hour, I believe it is. You look up and you realize exactly that you were correct in your assumption of where those howling winds you were hearing were coming from. For even though it's now silent, you're staring out into the plains of Pandemonium. The vicious winds that can tear away at a person's sanity in mere minutes. You can see whipping at some protective bubble that seems to have formed around this ravine that you found yourself at. Directly dead center of this ravine is a large, towering spire made of crystal and stone and some dark material, and connecting to it is a rope bridge, which is no more than 20 feet to your right. But it's as you look over this plain before you that you take in this dark beauty that the terror of what you're seeing really begins to settle in. You're not quite sure how you didn't see it, and indeed, if it wasn't for the fact this is a literal portal between the planes, you probably would have realized you had Pandemonium earlier. Or you can hear the constant rumble of sheets lightning. Overhead, the sparks dancing from cloud to cloud to cloud, a never-ending storm raging above you. The moon of Pandemonium hanging low, casting almost a purplish hue across the land, twisting spires of rock into unnatural silhouettes and almost playing tricks on your eyes, as for times you can swear you see some giant creatures before the clouds overhead shift and you realize you're just looking at a piece of rock that has been formed by the winds of Pandemonium. Again, I apologize for my constant sniffling. Yes, behind you, Pyre, you can hear the sounds of your allies conversing. They're only a couple of feet away, if that. And you're the only one so far to have stared upon the plains of Pandemonium before you. What do you wish to do?
Remind me, where's my mark telling me to go?
Your mark, the one that's so imprinted upon your face, although not visual to the others, is pulling you directly forwards.
Okay. And I know a decent amount about Pandemonium. Yeah?
I believe you just know the basics of it.
Okay.
From near-forgotten memories of studying at whatever organization that you once believed to be a cult.
Oh yeah, there's that. Bit busy to deal with that one. So I'm just gonna take that in and go, shit. And I'll turn and just kind of walk back to the rest of the group. And
So
look up
all-
at a. Oh, God.
all of you see stumbling out of the mists, which are so thick you can barely see beyond your own noses, is a very ashen-looking pyre who stood before you, eyes blown wide in fear, which is unusual because then you saw her just literal seconds before looking, well, not entirely fine. Looking okay. So something just happened within the span of only a few moments.
Hi, are you okay?
There's a portal.
I mean, isn't technically all of this mist some kind of portal to pocket dimension?
This is to Pandemonium.
Oh! That doesn't sound good. Is that good? Do I know
No.
if it's good or not? Okay.
No, not good. Not but none of this is good. This is bad. This is a bad.
Then why are we still standing here? Just go in
Yeah.
the opposite direction.
Well, the opposite direction is the one that we came from.
That wasn't good
Oh.
either.
Opposite direction, slightly to the right. How about that? Whatever direction is not towards the portal is all I'm getting at.
Do we need to go into the portal?
No, we don't.
But
Why
what
would
if
we?
we do need to go into the portal? What if going into the portal is the only way out of our current situation?
I don't trust any place that this mist is leading us to.
We're supposed to get lost, right?
I mean, we're already lost.
We're already- I mean, maybe, but aren't we supposed to get lost on this dimension? Oof.
See, I told you we should have just followed the rivers. That had a very clear destination to it. But no, we want to get lost in the woods.
We have to go.
We needed to go find the place by getting lost in the woods, and we know where the rivers are, so it's not. We need to go. I'm with
We have to
Pyre.
go in.
We have to go in.
Yeah, I think I agree with Pyre here.
Oh,
Oh.
So, Sin, that presence at the back of your head, the one that's not Umber, your constant companion, but the one more recently gained,
Yeah.
shall we say, kind of imposes for a slight moment, and you hear the whisper of their voice. I'm trying to remember the name, but I always forget it. I named the NPC.
Dylira.
Ilera, thank you. I named the NPC and I always forget it. It's not a good sign, is it? Not a good sign at all.
I hate Dylira, so.
Yes.
I hold my opinion on her.
So you hear Dylira's voice whispering in your mind, Sin. You are a clever one, aren't you not? Why do you think you have to get lost to find the hillock? It is trapped in the same way that we chained is trapped. A pocket hidden slightly out of phase. One step removed. It is certainly not on this plane.
Of course it's not.
They were not so foolish after all, just foolish enough not to listen to my warnings.
Is the hillock in Pandemonium?
I do not know. And the voice just kind of drifts back.
Sten, did you say that out loud?
No, I would not have.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. Can I converse with her telepathically?
You can, yes, you
Okay.
can converse
Then-
telepathically.
Yes, I would have kept it to myself.
Okay. Okay.
I'm gonna
Um,
keep it to myself.
I will say though, however, if Pyre, you want to make an insight check, since you're the only one with a bit of inkling of what might be happening, because then you also spoke to Dylira and just rejected Arthur. If you want to make an insight check, you might be able to pick something up.
What's 15 plus 9?
24.
That.
Okay. Okay then, yeah. I'll say you've been keeping an eye on since your conversation before you left the Three Foxes. You've noticed at times since eyes going a bit almost glazed and staring off into the distance at something that's not quite there. And you've noticed just in this moment that occurred once more. What you make of that is up to you, but
I'm gonna give Sen a really hard look.
I'm going to notice your hard look and give you like a subtle head tilt to the portal.
I'm gonna nod. I'm gonna brace my shield to myself a little bit. We're going in.
All right.
it's funny you make that announcement in that moment, Pyre. Because as you do, it's almost echoed, just in a different language, a different word. Solenke. It's a single word, spoken with 30 different voices or so. As you all now look up to the trees around you, and there are scores upon scores of owl-imitating creatures that you have so begun to dislike, just perched on every branch, staring down at you, very wide and toothy grins stretching across their faces unnaturally where their beaks should be, and all of them focused on you, Pyre. And all of them speaking in unison. Solenke.
Time to go.
Gilder, the fuck does that mean?
Do I understand what it means?
Does anyone speak Primordial?
Yes,
As Ganassi.
I do.
Nope.
A language I don't speak. I can't thwart her on this one.
I speak it.
It takes a while for you to recognize it. You speak essentially, to give it an idea, you speak in a heavily accented version of Primordial, having never met a native speaker. It takes you a few hours to realize, oh, you will probably pronounce that word when you said it in the past wrong. This is how it's meant to sound. Just that slight twist on how it sounds. It takes a few seconds to click. But essentially, Solenke translates in Primordial to follow, or to track. So to follow, to track, to observe. A couple of different meanings depending on how it's used.
Okay. So that's surprising. I'm gonna look around, and in Primordial, I'm gonna say, why?
Okay. You would know that to be branded, marked, noted. And indeed, as these 30 pairs or 30-ish pairs of eyes from these unnatural creatures stare at you, you, Pyre, are so used to fire, and flame, and heat being a fire genasi. However, you swear this mark upon your face, it is burning hotter and hotter by the second, almost as if someone has a searing brand of metal and they're just pushing it harder and harder upon your flesh.
I will yell out a nice string of expletives, very creative ones in Primordial.
I'm sure. Insulting is pretty unusual in Primordial. There not being any insults generally. So you end up calling something similar along the lines of The sons of a sky-touched Earthbearer, which is, in its oxymoronic state, is the closest of an insult you can get within Primordial.
And I will be frustrated by this, because we all know
She's
Pyre
yelling
swears like
at
a
the
sailor.
owls.
And I'm just gonna look at everyone and then just start fucking walking
Which direction?
towards the portal.
Lovely.
I'm gonna hang back with Gilder and just mutter. Did Pyre just talk to the owls?
That wasn't exactly a conversation, but she certainly is pissed at him. So whatever happened, we're gonna have to find out about. And then I'll just look back to Brother Morton with this. I'm so sorry for what we've brought you into. And then follow after Pyre.
I'm just going to lean into them and go, yeah, so I completely understand having to take things on faith and do scary things, but can I be real with you? This is terrifying.
I think that is the most real you've been with us this entire time. Let's go.
All right.
We're just following her lead at this point. She's the only one that seems to know where we're going.
I feel like Umbra is laughing at us as we walk. Because, boy howdy, things are getting real.
Umbra is actually good. Speaking of Umbra is very wary of these owls. She haven't gone through the same experiences you all have, and you notice she's been basically darting her eyes from each one owl to the other, just waiting for any sign of aggression. As you all follow after Haya.
I'm drawing my bow and getting an arrow ready just in case.
Of course. And indeed, it's at this point that the three of you, or four of you, including Umbra, notice what Pyre has previously noticed. The world around you goes oddly silent. Where before you were encountering the sounds of pandemonium, the mist, of the winds of pandemonium, even within the mist, probably stepping through this portal. It's now completely silent. There's no noise whatsoever. Not even the sound of the forest around you. Everything is dead, silent, empty and abandoned almost. And indeed, for all of you, the most prominent sound you can hear is the rapid too that your heart is beating within your chests, the thumbing of blood within your ears, being so extraordinarily loud in this moment, a sound you normally don't pay attention to, captivating your focus. It is the loudest thing around right now. Indeed, the three of you, four of you rather, I should say, I keep forgetting about Umbra, you bear witness to this great ravenous ravine spread out before you. Its depths disappearing down into shadow and darkness. And you can see spread out around this ravine, there's like a semi-translucent sphere curving through the air, along which you can actually see the winds of pandemonium whipping along its surface, kicked up dust and other materials, giving this odd, almost hauntingly beautiful visual of these streams of air just dancing and twisting and turning through the air, turning through the atmosphere rather, and above you hangs low the moon of pandemonium, a very purple hue taking over the world, and as said above, a storm rages, a constant rolling of thunder as lightning dances from cloud to cloud, never glancing down towards the ground, just building and roiling in the air above you, almost as if gathering energy for some great attack or strike, to lash out in a moment of anger or rage, yet it never comes. That atmospheric tension just keeps building and building, and indeed in only the few moments you've stood on the edge of pandemonium, there's a very heavy and a present electrical charge in the air, one you can actually taste in the back of your mouths. It's tang that pierces at your noses. and you all see this rope bridge about 20 feet to your right that looks as if it was made yesterday. Perfect in its admittedly rudimentary construction. No sign of wear or age present at all. And directly in front of you is this large spire-like tower, reaching out from the depths of the ravine, made of a twisting architecture, constructed from seemingly crystal, stone, maybe something that's obsidian. But it looms above you, casting you in its shadow. Welcome to the outskirts of Pandemonium. What do you wish to do?
Okay, so Pyro, you said we're where? We're in Elysium?
Pandemonium.
And how do you know that?
I know things. People know things.
We are well past the point of being secretive about this. I would very much appreciate it if we were all on the same page.
It's not really being secretive. It's complicated. It's things I don't remember, but I do because I remembered them. And also, I saw the fucking planes. I saw the cosmology when I died that one time. That time we died. Everyone remember that?
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
what?
saw the planes. That's a thing. Cosmology. Some chaos people accuse me of cheating. That's a different matter. It wasn't cheating. It was an honest question. So
Yeah, for the two of you, Morton and Gilda, that was just a very odd rant, because Gilda, you were basically banished the entire time and then came back to the aftermath. And Morton, you had no idea what they're talking about.
Well, no, I think I saw her go down, but I didn't see anything past that.
Yeah.
Because I think she went down, then before I had it turn, I got banished. No, you get out of here.
Yeah, that was
So,
a very
let's
confusing rant.
back-
I'm just
Back
gonna.
up here
Yep,
a
like
little bit.
just like pat her shoulder.
I will tense a bit like a cat, but allow it. I'm a little
So there
stressed.
there are things you remember, and things you remember that you don't remember.
Yes, it's complicated. I don't understand it. And I'm pretty
Not
sure
sure.
I'm not,
So
I'm
we're on
not
the same
the
page there.
only one who that's happening to. So we're in Pandemonium. Just stick close. Because if you'll remember, the anti-life shell is only a 10-foot radius, and it's up for an hour. So just stick close. You guys are good at knots and shit, right? Does that bridge look legit? Not that we have another direction, but it would be cool to know if it's legit.
I mean, we're heading in the direction of the tower, right? I feel like the tower is the direction we should go
Yeah,
in.
but we have to cross the
Yeah, we
ravine
have to cross the rope bridge to get over there.
to
How
get
does
there.
the rope bridge look?
Yeah.
How does it look?
If anyone would like to, you can make me an investigation check if you need to go and actually inspect it.
Could I make
Can I
a
help her?
survival?
I'm actually proficient in investigation, so I don't know.
I'll be
I'll help
kind.
whoever
I'll be
is there.
kind. So you can choose investigation or survival, because then I assume looking at the knots and the like. So yeah, investigation or survival.
That's a dirty 20 for me for survival.
Awesome.
Well,
Roll
la-di-da.
investigation.
I rolled survival. It is 16 for survival.
21 on survival.
Okay.
Just all super staring at these ropes.
Yeah, I got a 15 investigation. Actually,
Can we survive?
can we survive
Can
these
we
ropes? 'Cause
survive?
I don't trust them. They might be magical and like
Um,
not there. They could be illusions.
So it's been a while since I've actually looked at my. This is me speaking as the DM. It's been a while since I've actually looked at knots, and I can't remember all the names of them. I used to know them pretty well because I used to do scouts, but I can't now for the life of me. But yeah, so I would just say these knots are very, very well secured, very safe, unlikely to unravel. Pyre, you doing investigation, I assume, will take more of a general look, maybe checking the wooden planks that form the actual steps of the bridge. I don't know the word. Yeah, steps of the bridge, that works. There's no sign of rot, of wear. Indeed, it almost looks, for lack of a better description, like the tree these planks came from was hewed yesterday. These planks were carved only but an hour before your arrival, and there's even like a very faint scent of sawdust.
I was going to ask if I could sniff it. It's fine.
I'll say Umbra sniffers and reports back. There's a scent of sawdust and what's the word I'm looking for? Amber? Is that the word I'm looking for? Let me double check something. Sap. No,
Sap.
sap.
Okay.
Sap. I apologise. I'm ill. My head's all over the place. There's a faint scent of like sawdust and sap to these wooden planks.
Peculiar.
So it looks safe. I still don't trust it, but it looks safe.
I'm
Let's-
going to venture forth.
Well, if you're willing to wait 10 minutes, I can throw a detect magic out in case there's anything here that's trying to trick us, get in our way.
I've started walking across the bridge.
You can always turn back if you want.
You keep saying that. You keep saying we don't have to be here, and I don't appreciate it.
I am walking forward towards the spire. It's happening.
Okay.
I'll just head up the rear.
The planks beneath your feet are steady. There's a slight creaking and groaning of the rope naturally as you all, one after the other, I assume giving it a bit of a distance so as not to overly strain it, but one after the other step out onto this bridge. And it seems perfectly fine as you cross 10 feet, 20 feet, 50. And you're not even halfway there at this point. It's a very long, far gap, easily about 300 feet. So you're having to take it slow and careful. Sin, you're in the lead, you said.
I am in the lead.
Remind me, what's your passive perception?
My passive perception is 20. I would also like to say that I have the slippers with spider climbing on, so it's very sticky dicky on my feet.
Okay, let me pull this up. So on
Something like
I like it when he pulls things up.
ranks, okay, yeah, maybe visible. So yeah,
You're only
how
towards-
close together are you all? I assume there's a bit of a gap, but how close? Who is the closest person to Sin, and how far away are you?
I would probably be behind Sen.
Actually, I assume Umbra would be, but yeah, how
Oh,
far
yeah.
would Pyre be from Umbra and Sin?
I would. I'm trying to keep people in my bubble, but so probably like 20 feet from Umbra. It's about as close as I would be willing to get.
20 feet from Umbra?
Yeah. Wait, is that?
Umbra,
I don't-
Umbra
I have
would be
no-
5 feet behind Sin.
20 feet's a lot. Probably 10 feet. No, 15. I don't understand how distances work.
Okay. 10 feet then, should we say?
Sure, since that look is on your face.
Good to know.
I mean, what's your bubble? Don't you have like a bubble? What was?
Yeah, anti-life shell.
Yeah. What's the range of that?
It's a 10-foot radius.
So maybe you want to be like 5 feet behind Umbra,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then
Okay.
5, and then 5.
So is everyone spaced out 5 feet between each other?
This is a great idea.
Yeah, makes sense.
Okay then.
Sure. It's gonna go poorly, but sure.
Okay. Give me a moment to do some calculations.
I mean,
No.
No. Gilder, I think you're the only one not in it.
Probably.
Because you're in the
I think
back.
from one another. In that case, Sin, you're sure that you have in these slippers of spider climbing. It's a good thing when the fact that your foot stepping on something to trigger something is not the cause of what's about to happen, as indeed your foot lands on one of the wooden planks, and you have this faint moment where you see a glyph begin to flare and brighten into being, and you go to move your foot. You have slippers of spider climb, unfortunately, so you're not quite quick enough as this glyph seems to flare, pulse, and then explode in a cacophonous roar of energy.
Before it does that, when I see it glow, can I cast a spell magic? Fear.
What casting time is dispel magic?
An action, I think.
It's instantaneous. Yeah, it's an action.
Then no, you would have to have something as a reaction, as this is a triggered effect.
Okay.
So yeah, this magical eruption of energy, which you actually all end up being within, unfortunately.
Cool.
Considering your spacings, erupts out, and I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw at disadvantage, considering the very precarious footing you will have.
Cool.
Alrighty.
Oh, I forgot that is my saving. Okay.
Okay.
Am I rolling for Umbra too?
Yes, Umbra as well, please.
Okay.
As he is within the range of it.
Ooh, Umbra, no. Oh no, Umbra. Okay.
She gets evasion because she's a level 7 panther.
Fortunately not, no. So, did anyone roll below a 20?
Yes.
Yeah.
Morton and Sin. Okay, the two of you take half damage in that case.
What about Umbra? Let's not talk about it.
What did Umbra roll?
A 4.
Okay, you know, she takes full damage.
Cool.
16, 18. So, Sin, Morton, you take 10 points of thunder damage. Everyone else, Umbra included, takes 21
Hey, y'all.
and are pushed back 5 feet. So,
Full damage for making the save?
I think Umbra's the only one who failed, right?
you take half damage on making the save.
Because I
So-
rolled a 22.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't.
So did I.
So
Oh,
the
didn't
other
hit-
way,
I thought-
the other way.
I apologize. I hadn't. Okay, so wait, who did get above 20?
Gilder.
Morton. Okay, what did Morton roll?
Yeah, I've rolled a 17.
Okay, my apologies. I must have misspoken and then got confused. No,
Okay.
so
Okay, we're good.
everyone but Morton and Umber takes 10 points of damage. Morton and Umber take 21.
I also
Oh.
take 21 because I got 16.
Okay, Anderson as well. And I'll push back 10 feet. Considering your precarious situation, however, I will need another dexterity saving throw as you're with thunderous force slammed against the rope of this bridge, and you might very well go toppling over the edge if you do not manage to catch your footing quick enough. Out of curiosity, does anyone have anything to do with flight?
I'm looking. I
I-
don't think I do.
I can actually, yes.
I do not, and that's about to be fun.
So,
Does
what did,
water walk count? Walk in the air, the moisture in the air? No? Okay.
it does not know.
Come
so,
on, baby. Come on, baby.
What did you roll?
I rolled a dex save. A 17.
Okay, and what did Umber roll?
Umber rolled a 14.
Okay, Morton, what did you roll?
6.
Morton and Umber both.
Wait. I need to check something.
Okay.
While she's checking that, as Morton, I assume he comes flying back, do I have a chance to like grab his hood and catch him?
From your order, you said Gilda was in the back, so I would
Yeah.
say yes. It will be an increased difficulty, but you can try and act quick enough to catch Morton, just as Pyre can try and catch Umber, as both of them are sent harshly against the rope of this bridge. and
I
top
will
of
try.
over.
What is that roll?
Oh,
Athletics.
Athletics?
I will try.
22.
Come on, baby,
Gilda,
do
you
the
managed
thing.
to catch.
wait. Umbra actually rolled, because I forgot to add her my proficiency bonus to her save. She actually rolled, 18.
Oh, Umber's fine then.
Woohoo!
Good, because I
Boyo! Forgot that proficiency bonus.
So Umber manages to dig her claws into the wooden planks and stop her descent into the abyss below. Whereas Gilda, you managed to just grab the back of Brother Morton's robes and hoist him back into some form of stability.
Thanks.
Oh, yeah. I think I pulled something in my back on that one. That hurt.
When we're on real land, I can try and massage that out for you.
I'll just help him back up. It's fine. We'll figure it out later. Oh.
Shakily back to my feet, grabbing the rope on either side of this bridge with very tight fists.
So you're about only 50 feet across so far.
I'm
There's a bit of a distance to go. What you wish to do?
Yeah, so this is dangerous, and I'm going to maybe make this a little easier for us and not have as much weight on this bridge, and I want to transform into a bat and fly across. Bye.
See ya.
See
Okay
ya.
then.
See ya.
So what's Sin doing?
So I have a cloak of the bat, and I'm going to use my cloak, pull it around me, and it casts polymorph. So you kind of just see this cloak collapse and like crumple, reform, and then a bat flies. And Sin's now a bat. See ya, peace.
Okay, so
Umbra goes to it.
Sin disappears into the form of a bat and leaves you all behind.
I mean, I'll be flying close, but like,
Okay, doesn't quite leave you all behind.
I'm not gonna leave you. I'm just also not going to be walking on a bridge with hoofs for feet.
That leaves Umber at the front of the party then. Do you all wish to progress?
Just keep an eye on the panels from throwing out so we don't explode again.
So Umber in the lead. I'll pull up Umber's stats.
Great. I'm gonna put a hand to my amulet and just go, do I get to come back from that ravine? Like, what's the deal there? Is this a good idea? I'm not panicking at all. You're panicking. It's fine.
Are you casting a spell, Fire? Or are
No,
you just
I'm
mindlessly
just talking at her.
casting this fire?
I'm just talking at her.
You hear no
No
response.
spells, just panic.
I hear nothing.
No response.
Okay. Good to know.
So, are you choosing to press onwards? Yes. Okay.
I think
Umber
so.
Does anyone have any
in the
way
lead.
to do the thing?
Okay.
I can do some teleportation hopping across, but I don't think I can take anyone with me.
You just hear like little chirps of "You got this," but like they're bat
Is that-
squeaks.
Does anyone speak Infernal? Apart from you, Sin.
I do.
That's a good thing then, otherwise Umber would have been unable to communicate with any of you.
Oh, yep.
But luckily, you, Brother Morton, are able to understand Umber. And so as you press on at one point, Umber stills and just, let's go. Which you, Morton, understand as, be careful, there's another one right in front of me. And you notice she very carefully steps over a plank.
Everyone see that plank right there? There's another one. The cat warned me.
Yeah, she does that.
Yeah, she's great.
She's pretty great. So I'll
It's a very unusual
carefully
sight.
step over it.
It's a very unusual sight for you, Morton, seeing Umber talk, because it's still a panther with a panther's mouth. It's a bit confusing as to how that's actually possible. So I don't know what Morton's reaction exactly would be, but
Oh, it was about that.
that's definitely something new.
Trying to take it in stride.
It's definitely something new you've never seen before, and still looks a bit odd. But yes, Umber leads you onwards. Then every now and then she'll stop her tail and fur, standing on end in caution and wariness before giving you a quick alert once more, Morton, and stepping over with a plank. Thankfully, she rolled high enough.
Oh, one more just over there. Sin, I really like your cat. I really, really like your cat.
Batson just kind of like does loops in front of you.
Sin, we're gonna have words later.
That's
You
a good cat.
You hear like mocking chitters in the same pitch as your tone. And then he's like,
We'll fight later.
Sin, what's your, and this might be a bit of an odd question, what's your passive stealth as a bat? So it'd be 10 plus whatever your stealth is.
It's 18.
Good to know, good to know. As you all slowly begin to approach, the distance grows shorter and shorter, and soon you find yourself halfway across, and below you this ravenous gorge seems to loom like some giant maw or some creature just waiting to swallow you all up. But you manage to keep going and carefully picking your way across, Umber leading the way as the MVP once more, as she points out where these vigils and glyphs are. And bit by bit you draw closer and closer. 100 feet. 50 feet. 30 feet. And then you watch a shimmer form around. I think cameras might be messed up a bit there because we had a camera duck off.
Sorry, we're back.
Yeah.
Do.
I'll just wait until the cameras are sorted.
No, don't worry about it.
Well, no, it'll be affecting you, Sin. So I thought you might want your full attention to it.
Okay, fair. I don't like
I
that.
will remind the DM that I have the cloak of Elvenkind up still, if that affects anything, just in case.
Not in this moment, unfortunately.
Not in this moment, unfortunately.
As where is it? There it is. Okay. Let's go with that.
Okay. We good.
Okay. So you all watch as you're drawing closer and closer, and from this spire, you actually see an odd-looking creature suddenly emerge from the shadows. There's no door or obvious form, but it walks forward just to come and stand at the edge of the bridge, and it looks like it's a the image again, almost like a bipedal fox standing there, clad in slightly tattered robes. Oddly enough, there's almost a chain around its neck that comes up to a pair of spectacles rested on top of its snout. Tail flicking in the air behind it. It just looks from you, Pyre, to Umber, to Gilda, to Morton, to scratch at its cheek for a moment, its ears twisting and flicking. And Is this perception? Yeah, okay. It just reaches out a finger, and you watch as dark clouds seem to coalesce and form before it. And it points at the flittering form of the bat. And you watch as this beam of necrotic energy seems to form before darting through the air.
I'm just gonna counter that right there.
Go ahead then as you try and entrap this spell in there. Roll. You have to roll
What's
for it.
that? Where do I have it? I have it at 5th level right now, if that matters. Otherwise,
I
what
need a
am I
roll,
rolling?
please. And that would be, I'm just double checking counter spell so I don't mix up. So an ability check with your spellcasting ability. So
There we
a
go.
wisdom ability check, please.
23.
You want
22,
to-
sorry.
10 plus the spells level. So you actually managed to capture this cloud of dark and necrotic energy in midair and through the weave just tear it asunder.
Hi, who are you? What are you trying to do? Please don't attack our bat. Ranger. Friend.
As you shout this across the cavern, as I say, about 50 feet, I think I said, away from the edge of this tower, you watch as the fox just seems to silently chuckle to itself, rubbing at the fur of its snout and adjusting its spectacles, before you all hear a voice twisting through your minds. Well now then, I would advise that you didn't interrupt mine and the master's works. Do turn around and leave, else I will be forced to take other actions against you.
Who is this master and what's he doing?
I don't rightly see why I should tell you. Now,
See why
leave.
you-
Well, I mean, there is the fact that you stand upon a bridge. I stand upon the ground, and there is a cavern below you. Do be careful of your words. We don't want to get things too aggravated now, would we? So, what are you all doing here?
And you're the one that seems to be aggravating things. You're the one that lashed out at us first.
In Abyssal, I'm gonna tell Gilder to shut the fuck up.
Oh, Fire One, you should have told him that sooner. I don't take kindly to one such as yourself. There's no manners. And you watch as once more it holds out its hand, and small red orb seems to flicker, start twisting, burning. A single ember that darts forward, lashing through the air with unusual speed to land at your feet, Gilda.
I can make another wisdom save. DC 15. For magic users nemesis.
Yep, makes it.
Okay.
The speed seems
Good
to
try.
pulse right in front of your faces. They don't have something they wish to do.
I can get rid of this, but that's all I got for today.
I think this might be a good time for it.
Okay.
You act, Morton. It's drawing closer and closer. This singing bead of fire.
It's getting closer. Yeah, I'm just gonna... There goes that last spell slot. I'm gonna try and counter that again.
Okay. What level are you casting that at?
5th.
Okay. Yeah. You manage to once more entrap it through the weave and just tear it to shreds. What you recognize as a fireball being rendered neutralized.
All right. So, and I just lean in towards everyone else. So I've got that's it for me today in terms of juice.
You did great. You did great. You're doing great, kid. Cool. So to the fox being, I'll just say I apologize for this one's rudeness.
At least one of you has manners.
just kind of little bow, not big bow. We
One side.
don't mean to encroach. We are passing through and ask safe passage from you, friend.
And why should I offer that? What do you have to give me?
Perhaps if you require any services, perhaps we can be of use to you in the meantime. As a favor, for a favor, perhaps.
Make me a persuasion check. Fire.
Come on, Golden Snitch. Come on, baby. You haven't failed me yet today. Persuasion. That is a 21.
Interesting. Interesting. That might be of worth to me, but I cannot guarantee. I don't know what your specialities are after all. But you might be of use. Notice it keeps twisting. It's almost like it's almost formed fur under its chin. It's almost like a very small goatee that just keeps playing with. Interesting.
Perhaps we could discuss our skills once we cross the other side.
Oh, no. We will come to agreement here because you are so easily removed as you are right now.
Very well.
The reason I have not already done so is it would cause a commotion. That would be unappreciated. So
No, we wouldn't want a commotion. None of us, no.
You watch as its form seems to flicker for a moment, and then it suddenly stood before all of you, no more than 10 feet away, on the bridge, just staring at you closely.
Just instinctively gonna grab my holy symbol.
If anyone wants to make me with ties to religion, if anyone wants to make me in,
Please, God.
Yeah.
try and figure out what this.
Please, Valhias. Natural 20?
Unnatural 20.
20, so 26 total.
Okay.
Also natural 20.
Okay, so Sin, you don't get any response from Dahlia. The rest of you, through various means, don't study at the church that you were at for Byron Morton, or through study of monstrosities and other monsters through the Company of the White Arrows for you, Gilda. You start to remember stories of creatures like this, of fox-like fiends called an Arcanoloth. Those that are quite skilled in the casting of magics when need be. And now, what is it exactly that you wish to offer me in this deal of yours? Do be quick, please. I do not have much time before I will be missed.
What do you require?
You seem to be misunderstanding where the power lies in all of this. You will make an offer. I will either accept or remove you.
Is he like corporeal?
He is, yes. You can even notice when he suddenly appeared upon the bridge, there was a slight bowing to it, and a slight shift. Although he kept his footing surprisingly easily.
Well, he hunts, he tracks, motioning the gilder over my shoulder because I'm not taking my eyes off of this thing. He hunts, he tracks, he hides. He's very good.
Then he introduces to me. Next.
Brother Morton, what do you do? Out of character. 'Cause I don't remember.
I'm a very good gardener. I know a lot about religion. I'm trained as a priest, as a healer as well.
That's okay. He's gonna love that. this one heals and does great magics and speaks to things within and perhaps beyond the weave.
Sure, let's go with that.
I would call you interesting, but I cannot quite easily reach beyond the planes to contact with the scholars, so you are useless to me. Next.
I am, in a way, a healer, in a way, a scholar. I speak to things that I do not understand. As does, and I point up at Sin as a fucking bat.
I mean, I feel like at this point, after I got shot at, I would have landed on somebody.
Oh, okay. I point to Bat Sin.
Mm-hmm.
I have seen the planes, and I am resourceful.
Sin.
Perhaps.
Oh.
And that one, pointing to Sin.
Yep. I was gonna say, Sin, I shed my bat form and I just say, I died and now I I carry the cursed soul of Dahlia in my head.
You watch as it once more forms, flickers, before standing right in front of you, Sin, just leaning in very, very close, staring directly into your eyes.
Lean into it.
It just holds your chin and twists your head side to side. Oh, fascinating.
Yeah, I thought so.
The cursed one residing within you.
Mm.
Yes, she would serve my research perfectly. Very well, follow me. And its form flickers and is suddenly stood on the edge of the bridge, hands folded in front of it, just watching you all.
I turn to Pyre and I go, at least we can cross the bridge now.
I don't say shit. I'm just gonna walk. We're gonna fight later.
We'll put the fight off for another 20 minutes.
At least until we get off the bridge.
I will say, Sin, in this moment when he was holding your chin and staring into your eyes, you did see a faint flicker of arcane haze cross his own eyes for but a moment.
Like a similar haze that my eyes go into?
No.
Okay.
The sign of some spell he cast.
Oh, great. Cool.
Although it is only you notice it, due to its subtle nature.
Don't shake your head at me.
So we're just gonna not talk about it until she has a voice in her head? Because I feel like we're blowing past a lot of big things today.
I think
Gildren, have you noticed that? Do you know that?
No, I don't. I would.
She's just saying it out loud.
Quiet! Hurry up! You're wasting time. I'll just kill you if you do not hurry up.
And hurrying.
I mean, we're crossing the bridge. We can't have a conversation across the bridge. Dang.
Very good.
Well, I can make a pretty decent toy out of his tail for the kids. Gilder's just muttering that to himself as he walks.
Oh, you should learn manners.
After hearing that, I just, again, grab my holy symbol and I've got my rod in my hand and I just send up a quick prayer of, hey, if you've got any extra juice you can send me, I have a feeling I might need it in just a moment, and I'm going to use this action and regain 1 spell slot with my Rod of the Pact Keeper.
Go ahead. As, what would be most interesting? Yes, I'll go with this one, I think. You watch as it just lashes its hand through the air as it says the word manners, a sigil forming and then dissipating. And Gilda, I need you to make your wisdom saving throw, please.
That's wisdom 19.
Oh, sorry, intelligence saving throw. My bad.
Okay. 16.
Okay.
I got no intelligence. I'm as smart as Umbra.
You swear that suddenly
I'm sure he's
this
not.
is real to you in this moment, Gilda. You're surrounded by flames, each pillar standing like 15 feet tall. These flames are black and purple, however, a very dark and necrotic scent reaching your nose, and your friends are gone, consumed by these pillars of flames, and there's only this Arcanoloth stood before you, just smirking at you. Behave yourself. Snaps its fingers, and these pillars of flame just descend upon you. And you will take double checking damage. Is true. 6. And you take 3 points of psychic damage, although to you it's almost fire licking across your skin, where you can feel your skin begin to sear and burn beneath the heat of this necrotic flame. I would advise that you hold your tongue, human.
I've seen weirder shit today.
Mhm.
Would Gilda actually respond to that? It's because you believe that this is 100% real. Your allies were just consumed by these pillars of flame. They're dead. They're gone. Are you really just saying you can see weird as shit today? Is that really what you're
Yeah.
reading to their deaths?
I mean, that has been. He has seen some very weird shit today. He's in pandemonium. He's distrusting of everything at this point.
I'm afraid you're not distrusting of this, though. This is real. Cannot be denied. It is real. This creature just destroyed your allies, just turned them into nothing more than ash and cinder. No
He's
doubt about
also in full stubborn asshole mode. Like, he's not responding and saying it out loud. He's more muttering it so only he hears it.
Just to point this out. You treat this phantasm as real. You rationalize any illogical outcomes from it. That's what I'm asking. Would Gilda really just be so blasé about the deaths of his allies?
Oh, okay. I know the spell that's happening now.
Yep,
So yeah, no, he wouldn't. Yeah, no, sorry. That's my fault for misunderstanding it too. No, there'd be no flippant response. He would just. It'd be silent.
You just watch as this
He tried. Yeah.
fox creature leans in, a very wide smirk on its face, pointed teeth and pointed fangs revealed and glittering in the purple-hued light of the moon. Next time, it won't be an illusion. Just snaps its fingers, and Gilda, you're back in reality. Your allies stood around you unharmed. Come along. Just turns and starts heading towards the base of the tower.
Waiting on whether or not I just shoot this asshole now.
Did
How
you
is-
say that out loud?
No.
Okay. I was like, he just schooled you on manners.
I'll kill you next. How is my my sense of direction feeling?
Still pulling you forwards, just straight ahead of you.
Okay.
Well,
Okay.
slightly to your left, because then you went slightly to the right to cross the bridge.
Okay.
But essentially directly in front of you.
So we're doing all right as far as I'm concerned.
Everything is great.
So,
Yeah.
the Arcanoloth just leads you to a blank section of the spire, and just watches you just runs claw-tipped fingers along it, and arcane sigils appear, and then just gestures over his shoulder, and he shuffles through, and just steps through the tower. because it's seemingly no longer physical or able to block his entry. But still present, as far as you're aware. Think of it, platform 9 3/4.
I will shoot a look to the rest of the group and go through first, since Sen and I did the talking.
Okay. In that case, as you all step through and step into the spire, we will go for a quick break, I think. Pick up is what you see when we return. So yes, so thank you to the wonderful viewers in the audience watching this. We'll be taking a quick 5 to 10 minute break. Do stick around and we'll be right back with part 2 of the old myths. See you in a little bit, folks.
Everything is fine.
Awesome. Welcome back to part 2 of session 8, or session 2, season 2 of the Old Myths. I apologize for the extended break there. As I mentioned at the top of the session, I'm a bit under the weather. I just had to take a quick breather there. I felt like I was going to be sick for a moment, so I just had to sit aside, just let that pass. Thankfully, I'm doing a bit better now, and we can continue pushing forward with the Old Myths. Thank you to the RPG Lab for the raid. Where we left. Oh, one quick thing I want to say. Any music you hear during the Old Myths is the product of Alex Rowe, Rowe, R-O-E. You can find him under Alex Rowe on Spotify, YouTube, and Bandcamp, and on Twitter as @Votaka. All the information is at the bottom of the overlay. Do give his music a listen. I love how dramatic and atmospheric it can be. Anyway, before we left off, my players have ventured into the outskirts of Pandemonium, specifically into a area of Pandemonium that is strangely enough protected by some form of bubble that keeps out the winds. And they were heading across a deep ravine to a large spire-like tower, where, as partway across, encountering a couple of traps set upon a rope bridge, they encountered an Arcanoloth that came out to greet them. Luckily, a tense exchange was avoided through the use of words, and instead the Arcanoloth has decided they might be of use due to the quick thinking of Pyre, and has welcomed them inside of the spire. And this is just as they step through a seemingly solid wall to enter the interior. It is there that we will be picking up. So, you step through into a corridor. Your surroundings are very utilitarian. There's no decoration, and it's very dimly lit. The only source of light comes from slightly floating orbs that hang in the top corners of this corridor, lighting the way, and you can see a series of doors on either side. And before you, the Arcanoloth stands and just silently gestures for you to follow, before turning and heading on down. You wish to follow? Okay.
Begrudgingly.
There's a bit of a winding passage. You take a few turns down a few different corridors, but eventually you step into what you estimate to be the center of the tower, a large circular room with a spiral staircase that seems to go up into darkness as well as descending down into darkness. And the Arcanoloth leads you to one of the doors within this circular chamber, much more ornate than the more plain ones you've seen so far. Opens it with a quick whispered word and gestures you all to enter. You step through in. Oh, you're going to say something?
I was going to say, we enter.
Okay. You all step through into what seems to be almost like a study. There are scrolls and tomes and other forms of books lining the walls on neatly made wooden bookshelves. There's a large desk set before you, a couple of armchairs scattered around. You see what looks to be a set of dragon chess as well, set off to one side. A game halfway through being played, and there's a crackling fire. But what immediately catches your eye is a large crystalline sphere hovering in front of the desk, which is currently portraying the outsides of the spire, specifically the wooden bridge you had all recently passed across. You're kind of like, just gestures for you all to sit at one of the armchairs at the desk, running his fingers along this sphere and dispelling the image as it goes and sits behind in its own chair and waits for you all to make the first conversation, the first step of conversation. Just silently observing each and every one of you, still stroking at that kind of goatee-like patch of fur on its snout.
Just motion for Pyre to go talk.
Nice place you've got here.
Thank you. I would advise that you do not leave this room without me. You would be noticed by the Lord. It wouldn't be good for you at all. And of course, I would have to deny all knowledge. You would be considered intruders, and you would be summarily experimented upon.
Got it. Don't get the Lord's attention.
Quite. While you are in my chambers, you will be hidden from his gaze.
Is he
And
here?
What is
Yes.
that?
And we appreciate that deeply.
Good, good. At least one of you has manners.
Is that a dragon chess set I saw on the way here? I haven't
Quite.
played that since I was a kid.
Yes. I do not find many who like playing with it, but I was doing one of my excursions into the material plane that I managed to find a very intriguing academic. Loved to cause chaos, this one did. Taught me this game. I found a liking for it since. Naturally, of course, I killed him, extracted his knowledge, and sealed it away within one of my tomes, but it was a pleasant week. I did give him a good last week of his life.
Tomes? I'm gonna. Can I like what? Are there books in this room? What?
There are a score of them just lining the walls.
What do the spines say? What do the? I want to read some. Now I'm curious. Now I'm morbidly terrified and curious.
Even
I'll
at a
look
quick
with you.
glance, none of them are labeled. None of them are titled.
Okay, perfect, wonderful.
I see you like my collection. I'm a bit of a researcher and academic of the arcane. I like to collect knowledge.
Collect and keep knowledge here on your bookshelves.
Of course. What else would I do with it?
Share the wealth.
You're one of those, are you? Perhaps I was making a mistake in letting you in, but no matter, I've already given you my word. Sharing knowledge, how ridiculous.
Truly. You seemed intrigued by my associate, and I'll make eyes at Sin.
Of course. I've been fascinated with the study of dimension recently, especially the lost histories and the usurpers. The Pact Bane is one of most interest.
Yes, it is very interesting.
Having one who knows her name of all things, that's interesting, but finding one with a soul bond to the Pact Bane, that is all the better.
Well, here I am.
He seems to lean forward to stare intently at you, Sin, for a moment, just adjusting the spectacles that rest atop this fox's snout. Oh, this is priceless. You don't know what you've done, do you? Oh, how marvelous.
You do, I gather.
Well, of course, this is my area of study. The soul and like my fascination. You don't realize what you've done.
I gather you don't really want to tell me what I've done either, do you?
No.
Yeah, it'd be too easy.
Where's the fun in that?
Yeah, well, of course.
Intriguing. But yes, I did let you enter for a reason. Let's get down to business, shall we? The lord of this tower. I aligned my goals with his some years back, some centuries back now, and he was useful for a time. He's now a nuisance, interference. You will remove him, and then you shall leave. This is the price for your lives.
And what is the nature of this lord?
How do you mean? That can be so many things.
What sort of being? What power? What?
Oh, why didn't you just say so? He is what would your scholars of my species, my compatriots call him? An Amnesu, I believe, is the name that you gave his species. If anyone would like to make a, I'd say religion
Yes.
or nature check,
I like
or
religion.
arcana. Yeah, or arcana would do.
Those are all plus zeros, but 18.
Okay.
It's a 15 religion.
Okay.
19 religion.
Okay.
Not
So-
gonna even try. I mean, yeah, it was a 6.
None of you have ever come across that name before. Yes, unless I'm mistaken. I believe that is the name your scholars have given the Lord species.
Any weaknesses?
Weaknesses, not so much. More. Well, he is one of those who has a resistance to that not of the arcane. Simple weaponry will just break upon his flesh. Although, he does have a slight weakness to silver.
Oh.
Hmm.
Okay.
Yes, now you remove the Lord from the mortal coil, and I shall award you your lives and your freedom to leave.
Not to speak on behalf of my companions here, but I know I personally would be at my best if I were allowed to sit down for, say, 45 minutes to an hour before doing this. It's been such a long journey, and I could use a moment to recuperate.
Make me a persuasion check, please.
All right. 14.
You bought your lives and your passage. What do you offer for this, for your rest? Especially my abode.
Do you wish more information about the unspoken and such?
But you have proven to me you do not know what the Pact Bane is.
I do know what the marked is.
Oh, how magnificent. Very well. What do I see before me but the old words being spoken? Very well. What do you know of the marked, then, Fire One?
I know that when I leave here, I'm gonna keep heading that way. Because we share a connection. And I'm kind of glancing around to make sure no one is listening to me, but they are.
Now it's the Sin's turn to give you like a hard look.
So
Not
he
looking.
leans in and this time looks at you, Fire, very intently shifting his spectacles, and you too see this flash of arcane across his eyes. I see. I see two before me with a soul bond. How fucking magnificent. And neither without knowing what you are doing. Oh, this is most rewarding. Very well, you have earned your rest. You may have an hour.
That's perfect. Thanks.
Still no more, of course. What an hour you've earned.
I appreciate it. Let me say some prayers and I can. I'll take you up on a game of dragon chess if you'd like. I can't imagine I'm very good at it anymore, but it'll pass the time.
I'm afraid not. No, that is for a friend of mine I'm waiting to return.
That's
Little
fine.
game. But yes, take your hour, take your rest.
Thank goodness.
This
And
rest
when-
through which we will not speak at all about anything that has been transpired.
Correct.
But the entirety of this hour, the Arcanoloth just sits behind his desk, and you notice he pulls out a series of scrolls and pieces of parchment and he's just scribbling around with an ink and quill. Just, if any of you take a glance, it's written in a series of runes which none of you recognize. A language none of you are familiar with.
I was gonna say, have we seen any of those runes on any of like the totems or anything?
You haven't, no.
Okay. Cool. Great. Awesome.
For what it's worth, y'all have 10 temporary hit points at the end of this rest.
Yay!
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay.
Yay!
Yay!
Now then, your time is up. If you wish to trade something else for me, leave.
I think I'm good.
I
No one
think
else.
I think we've told you enough.
How disappointing. Very well. Follow those stairs up, and you'll find the Lord eventually. Just, don't expect it to be easy. My subservient servants will be kept from you. I cannot say the same for the Lords, however.
You wouldn't happen to have any silver just like casually lying around, would you?
Oh, but that would require a trade.
Okay, yeah, I figured.
I do have some relics, though, that would work for you. Few enterprising warriors who once thought to skin me, apparently, from their words. Of course, I then skinned them in turn and hung them by their toes. And took their weapons. They screamed for hours. It was magnificent. But yes, I do believe I have their relics somewhere. If you wish to look at them, you can.
I would like to look at them.
He snaps his fingers twice, and you see a very imp-like creature comes scurrying down from out from one of the bookshelves, just little wings carrying it across through the air. He just gestures. It doesn't say anything verbally, but you already know he can speak telepathically and assume that he's doing as such. And this creature just bows and follow.
What's the more following?
And just darts between a gap in the bookshelves, which you'd kind of overlooked, your eyes dancing across it without quite needing to. Only now be visible that you're being directed towards it. Is everyone going, or just Sin and Umbra?
Oh no, I'm going.
I would like to have words with the Arcanoloth.
Okay. So, Kai is staying? And Gilda?
Yeah, I'd be following them.
Weapons!
So Paya stays by herself as Morton, Gilda, Sin, and Umbra follow after the creature. Hold on. Just going to pull something up to make sure I'm actually describing it correctly, because I can't remember exactly how it looks off the top of my head. Yeah, it's like a green-skinned creature, very small and tiny, 2 flittering wings behind it, and 2 curved horns. But it just flickers and darts to and fro as it leads the 4 of you, including Umbra, through these through these bookcases towards a back room, or what is essentially a room that's made out of bookshelves. The walls not being actual walls themselves, if that makes sense. And you can say there's an array of cases in which an array of different weaponry, from daggers to great swords to different arrows or crossbow bolts, are all kept and locked behind glass. Very much like a collector's collection. It just darts and leads you to one corner.
Silver. These are silver. Call me if you need me.
And just darts and crawls between two books and vanishes into the bookshelves.
What was his name? Silver? Was he just saying Silver?
Didn't give a name.
Yeah, I think he was pointing us to the silver. That wasn't his name.
How are we supposed to call him if we don't know? Okay.
Yes, there are cases before you. Is there anything you're specifically looking for?
I just want to look through the weapons and I guess find if there are any weapons that are made from silver.
Every weapon in this case, I'll say this without a check because it's become pretty obvious after a while, is not so much made of silver, but is coated in it.
Okay.
Or has flecks of it worked into the metalwork, possibly during forging itself.
Okay. What weapons are there?
There are a array of weapons. Any weapon you can think of, you actually can find. This collection has been building for seemingly a very, very long time. You, Gilda, actually notice one of the weapons, a short sword, imprinted with the symbol of the Company of the White Arrows, which you're a part of.
Mm-hmm.
And you, Morton, you eventually actually come across a mace which bears your god's symbol upon it, the Styrian Queen.
Yeah, so he clearly didn't get these weapons by asking for them, so I have to wonder, why are we agreeing to work with him?
I mean, he did say that he got these weapons after hanging them by their toes and skinning them.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
We're helping him so we can escape and not get hung up by our toes and
But
skinned.
if we just kill him, that's the problem solved right there.
Do you think we're capable of killing him? He did just materialize in front of us on the bridge.
If you're concerned about taking him out, why would we agree to go take out his master, who's assumedly more powerful than he is?
Unless he's been keeping his power in check. I'm just saying, maybe we shouldn't fight everything we come across, and we're technically not coming across his master. We're being sent to kill his master. Very different. Very different.
I'm not saying we should kill him, but given the circumstances, I think it's easier to kill him and escape than to go after his lord. Because what's to say we kill his master, then we're weak. He kills us because he's a fucking fancy fox or whatever, and then we're all dead and he gets all the power.
I should note that while I'm able to stop him from casting, I can only do that so much, and it feels like that's something it would rely pretty heavily on, at least from what we've seen. So that would make things kind of difficult.
Let's just kill his master, and maybe not talk about killing the magical fox in a castle that the magical fox has minions in. And
so does the master.
Well, we haven't seen hide nor hair of the master. I'm honestly not too worried about the master with these silver weapons. I'm going to grab. Are there like some silver-tipped arrows as well?
Okay, yeah, there are arrows that were silver tipped.
Okay,
yes.
I'm gonna grab some arrows and like a random short sword.
Okay, roll me a d100, please, for the short sword.
38.
Okay. Good to know. Is everyone else grabbing any weapons?
Yes.
I'm gonna specifically grab the white arrows one and then Yeah, like 20 silvered arrows as well.
Okay, roll me a D100.
2, 37.
Okay, good to know. Thank you. And Morton, are you grabbing anything?
I'm not really a weapons guy. The fox was giving me the creeps.
Okay, fair enough. That's fair. That is
What does I almost said Piper. What does Pyre wield?
Oh, yeah.
Nothing.
Nothing. She wields a shield.
I have a big shield and a
Wield
hand.
shield,
Wields the shield. Is there a silver
or
shield?
silver glove.
there are shields, yes. Not so much silver, though.
No, we'll just stick with that then.
Her shield's probably best suited for her.
It's
Oh.
properly sized to hide behind.
Thanks for thinking of me, but also leaving me behind.
I was operating on the assumption Pyre would have given the I need alone time look.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
I have words to speak with.
You have.
Fucking-
You are the secret keeper. We know that you are the secret keeper. We let you keep your secrets.
So, as you pick out your weapons, and I assume eventually call back the servant to guide you back to the Arcanoloth
Yeah.
Pyre. You watch as the backs of your allies disappear down this corridor,
Mhm.
and the fox just goes back to writing on the parchment for it, seemingly giving you no attention.
I'll keep my distance, but I will be there. I assume, of course, you are familiar with the Silenced Gods, then.
But of course, what do you think I'm talking about with the usurpers?
Is there one of Chaos?
Of what? The usurper or the silent god?
The Silenced God.
I see. Perhaps not as dumb as you thought, as you first looked. Yes, of course there is.
Can you tell me anything about him that doesn't require further trade?
No. And by the way, I must say, your allies are very stupid.
I know.
I mean, talking of betraying me when my servants are watching. Not the best move.
They're not versed in, yeah. Neither
it's
am I,
expected-
frankly, but here we are.
Respected, but not exactly smart. I would advise that you teach them not to be so verbal in their intentions for the future. That I will give you for free. I mean, you can only cure stupidity by either killing it or killing the individuals, so...
You're not wrong. No. I suppose I could trade some information for information on this Chaos God.
You could, yes.
I've
If
met
you-
him, I think.
You notice he was halfway through writing something when you say that, just stops. What did he look like?
I didn't see him. He was behind me, but he told me no cheating when I asked about the veil.
Ah, I see. About the veil.
How does he seem on that? Can I roll insight?
You can roll insight, yes.
That is a natural 20 plus 9.
Okay. There's a moment of shock and definite intrigue in what you said, and it's almost you admitting you didn't actually see this god made him believe you more. Especially when you mentioned the veil. How fascinating. You met... Oh yes, you met the many-faced one. Intriguing. Very well, ask your questions. I will answer.
The
You have
many-faced
earned
one.
it. Yes. Do you not know his titles?
I do not.
He is silent, yes, I forgot.
Yes.
You removed. For what who's met him, I will give you these for free. He is the many-faced one, the ever-changing sparrow. The Lord of Chaos, Chance, Luck, Duality, Transitions, Beginnings, and Endings. A truly magnificent Lord to worship. Such a shame what happened to him.
Can you tell me what did happen to him?
Is that the knowledge you wish? That's what you wish to trade for? What happened to the ever-changing sparrow?
Yes.
Very well. Notice he just traces a quick sigil through the air. That should dilute time, just enough that we have time for this. Your allies will be, well, they'll believe they're being quick. They're in my domain. I don't know why they think it'll be so easy. But yes. Which knowledge should I give you? The ever-changing sparrow was torn asunder, shattered into many different shards and facets of who he was. His aspects eradicated and killed, leaving only the higher god left. He fled across all realms and all planes, leaving behind drops of his blood in his wake, giving birth to the Zrekliok Shol in the process. He was then found and imprisoned by the usurpers.
Interesting. Interesting.
Quite. And he goes back to his writing. Do you have further questions? I'm always up for a trade.
Well, think on it.
If you're not willing to talk of knowledge, well, why don't you talk of experience? That pesky little deity that you wear around your neck. Why don't you talk of that?
What would you like to know of her? What questions would you trade?
What would you wish to share?
I know she is quite helpful when needed.
Useless information. Carry on.
I know I have met something that is not her.
Priceless information. Perfect. So I was correct in my estimations. How marvelous.
And which estimations are those?
Is that the question you wish to bargain? There are so many you could ask, and is that the one you wish to bargain with?
Perhaps not. And I'm not gonna do it because makeup, but rubbing kind of incessantly at where the mark is. Which is apparently my new nervous tick. Perhaps this question is better suited for trade. What would it mean for a higher aspect version? I don't fucking know. Of
God. There are higher gods and there are the local gods. They are aspects, shards of their soul, cast aside and given sentience so that they may interfere in the world.
So what would it mean if her higher god, say, spoke to someone?
That she was not killed as the others were, and that she was not replaced by usurper. That the Raven Mother lives.
And the others do not.
Do you wish to trade for that? You may give physical trade if you so wish. I am a collector of all sorts. Of course, you may also give one of your allies of them or them in their entirety, you may trade them. It would be another specimen for me to investigate.
I'm gonna bite my tongue at that one. That was a very weird, tempting pyre thought. I know that. Go ahead.
What have you seen? You said you have spoken, that which you do not speak of. What have you seen?
I have somehow seen the planes, all of them.
Look me in the eyes.
The what?
Look me in the eyes.
I do.
Pulls down his spectacles, and I need you to make me a wisdom saving throw, please, as you see that arcane glint on his eyes, but this time he doesn't just look at your surface thoughts, but he's probing deeper to get the image.
Motherfucking detect thoughts, my ass.
Yep.
Juicy pyre thoughts.
You can choose to fail if you wish. Or will you resist? Or try to?
I'll fail.
Okay. Sorry for but a moment that he maintains eye contact. Back. You're seeing this Rekliuk. Oh yes, perfect. We have 2 questions for that. That is 2 questions. So, your first. Yes, that does mean all the other Kyle gods are dead. All gods are dead, but a few. You confirmed to me the Twilight Mother, the Raven Mother. She still lives, but the others are dead.
Oh.
Well, they are dead or silenced anyway. The usurpers rule in their place. Your next question. Your final question. I tire of waiting for my lord to be removed so I can operate as I see fit.
That is valid.
So, final question, Flame.
Can I have one free one that involves politeness?
If you teach politeness to that other one, then yes.
I'll do my best. What is your name?
I am the Sly One.
That is your title. What is your name?
My name. It is a name I have taken. Names have powers.
I'm aware.
Hand out mine to anyone. No, I will give what the name I have chosen. The Sly One is what they shall call me, and the Sly One is what all will call me.
Very well.
Your question? And you notice he kind of reverse tracing that previous sigil, unwinding that effect of time dilation. And it's indeed, as you ask this question, whatever it may be, that the rest of the group, you step back into the room.
How do you see behind the veil?
That is a multifaceted answer. To put it simply, however, you walk to points of power, where ley lines are their strongest, where ancient rituals occurred to establish the veil. You see, the usurpers, they made the veil. You must walk where the higher gods did, where their power still emanates. It's that place you seek, the Hinnock. That is one of them. Thank you, by the way, for letting me look into your mind like that. I got so much wonderful information.
I hope you use it well.
Oh, I shall. I very well much shall. But yes, I grow tired. You have your weapons, you have your answers, you have your knowledge. Unless you have anything else to trade, get out of my sights.
And I'll wait for the others to come back.
Well, the rest of you step through on the question of how do you see beyond the veil?
Yeah.
Oh,
Answer.
good.
And I will say to that, and a wonderful day to you too. Let's go kill somebody.
Follow the spire to the very top. The Lord is very arrogant and overcompensating, shall we say. He's at the very top, so you can look down upon his domain. So arrogant. But look,
Arrogance.
do not die.
Yeah, no, it's arrogance in this room.
Okay, yeah.
And these clever yellow eyes just watch you all leave from behind the desk, a smirk pulling at this fox's snout.
Can I do one more insight check
You can, what are you looking for?
to see if we just made the biggest fucking mistake?
Sure.
Answer to that is yes.
We certainly did.
We're in pandemonium. Nothing is good here.
17 plus 9.
26.
26.
That one.
By and large, the Sly One has been upfront and honest. They're using you to achieve their ends. They are not so willing to just let you walk away, however, once this is done.
Guess who fucking called that one?
What was that? What was it? What?
Guess who called that one?
Alright, I'll keep
at
that
the very
one
least-
to myself
At
until.
least he's willing to wait until you've done what he wants you to do.
Yeah.
So I'll,
Order
wow.
him now. Then we take a long rest in his chambers because he's already said it's protected by his master.
Stop talking out loud if you're talking
It's
out
not
loud.
in character. I'm just saying. I'm saying over the table.
Over the table. We will do something.
You step out of these chambers and these wooden doors slam shut behind you. You're back in that circular room once more. The spiral staircases leading up and down set before you. Do you wish to follow his words and go upwards, or not?
Just walk out of the tower. We'll walk out of the portal of pandemonium.
Peace. Yeah, we're going up the spire.
Or
He set up.
I'll just rush over there. Let's at least try and be somewhat quiet, and I'm
Okay.
going to pass without a trace.
Yeah, I'd like to stealth.
I would also like to stealth.
In that
How-
case, everyone roll me a stealth check. Plus
What?
10. Stealth plus 10. I'll roll for Umbra.
Your landlord is moving something. What is the light level here?
It's dim light. The entirety of the tower is dim
Excellent.
light. Yeah. And I've rolled for Umbra, by the way.
Perfect.
So just let me know what her bonus is.
Her bonus for stealth is
Umbra. Umbra.
plus 10 to stealth.
Okay, so it'll be plus 20 because of the pass without trace.
Damn.
Awesome. Wow.
Okay, so I'll go
Jeez.
around. So, Sin,
So it's how much is it plus for pass without trace?
Plus 10.
it's done.
It's 30.
30, nice. Pyre,
26.
26. Gilda,
38.
and Morton.
Also 30.
20.
So Umbra got 38. Yep. 39, rather.
That is my girl.
So these shadows, as you cast your spell, Gilda, seem to coalesce and cling to your forms, muffling the sound of your footsteps, and including your figures in the darkness even more as you begin to ascend the spiral staircase. And as you step out onto the first floor above you, you witness a strange creature passing by. Bipedal, no, not bipedal, on all fours with, on all fours, easily standing from paw to shoulder, equal to you at least, or even larger, in fact. A very large creature. You see one of them just prowling down one of the hallways, red eyes flickering from side to side, a series of spines along its pale skin, a kind of forked tail flickering behind it, and what looks like a large red pouch just inhaling and then inflating and deflating over and over as it exits, only to be followed by another, and then another. 5 of them just prowling out and just giving off this faint snuffling noise.
Do I have any idea what this is?
You could make me a Arcana check, I think.
Okay.
Yeah, Arcana. Or
Same.
Arcana or Nature, I think.
That's a natural 20.
Okay.
I don't even.
Okay. What did Pi get? Sorry.
I didn't get anything.
Okay. Gilda, did you roll as well?
No, I don't think there's a good way to explain why Gilda wouldn't know what these things are.
Okay. Then, Milton, you've heard stories of them from your church. These are colloquially known as howlers. Indeed, it's actually known. It's thought that they originate from Pandemonium itself. So the fact that they're present here isn't exactly a massive surprise. Excuse me. But yes, they don't seem to catch your notice. Whatever arcane trickery Gilda has accomplished, managing to suppress your presence just enough that this prowling pack just wonders why. Do you wish to continue ascending?
Yeah, because we gotta get to the top.
There are, as I say, a series of corridors and rooms off each of these levels that you could explore if you so wanted. But you continue up, and as you exit onto the second, you pause for a moment, but you hear no noises, nothing comes out from the corridors, and you continue your ascent. Okay. On dice actually. Third, much the same, completely silent. You continue to ascend.
We gotta reach the top, right?
Okay. Fourth, you stop as you see 4 of these howlers come prowling out, each snuffling still, trying, the eyes darting around. Remind me of my stealth checks. Did someone get a 26? If I remember correctly.
Yes.
No!
Higher.
No.
As you lag behind somewhat. Okay. You know, the last one, as you begin to step onto the staircase going up, your foot slips slightly, and you catch your heel against one of the banister, whatever the word is, thigh support of it, and there's just a very faint muffled thud, where you notice 2 of these howlers stop. And just start twisting their heads around and come prowling closer to you.
They have
What?
disadvantage of trying to see me.
They're not trying to see you though.
Oh. Or is it just perception checks? Hold on. Let me cover my ass. Why did I have to be a disadvantage? Heavy armor, clank, clank, clank. Motherfucking, okay, where are my... I forgot how Roll20 works. My brain just stopped working.
It's fine, don't worry about it.
Yeah, it's any. Oh, I have advantage on dexterity checks, so that would have been a straight roll. Oops.
Well, just keep going forward.
Yeah. Let's see. So they have disadvantage on perception checks. But.
Well, I rolled higher on those
Yeah.
two. So
Okay.
I got a 19, not 20. So
Cool.
basically, I got 18 and 19, and then I just rolled 19 again, and then so,
Okay.
anyway.
Cool.
So this is destined to happen.
Yeah. Who?
They haven't seemed to fully notice you just yet, however. Going around going with the group stealth. They're just prowling closer, just.
I'm gonna try to. Do I have anything for this? Why would I have it? No, I'm not attacking things. No, I'm not casting blight. I'm gonna.
Behind the other two of this pack of 4 are just stood still, just watching these two as they draw closer and closer to the stairs.
I'm gonna try to hug the wall that I'm against and try to get back to the group.
You start to slowly edge yourself closer to the group and stopped. I assume you're not watching this occur, crouched down on the stairway, just watching with probably rising sense of panic. You notice one of them its head seems to twist off to a different direction, just seemingly thinking it saw something. However, one of them just manages to catch you and just focuses on you. His beady red eyes tracking you. And it repeats as this sack on its neck seems to inflate and deflate rapidly, quicker and quicker. I need everyone to roll me initiative.
Oop.
Yay!
I'm sorry.
Yay!
Did I make the clanks?
You made the claim. Do you want me to roll for Umbra? Oh no, Umbra moves with me. What am I talking about?
Umbra moves with you. So where is it?
Oh.
Okay, where's my dice? There.
Damn it.
Rolling for these.
So mad at me right now.
And this one is not 1. Nope. Okay, that's 1. So Pyre.
22.
Hey, that's
Nice.
not bad.
Sid. And
Sid? 22.
Nice. Gilda.
17.
And Morton.
9.
Okay. The pack moves first, getting a nat 20 on their initiative. Let's see. So I'm just going over this. Okay, yeah. The one that saw you, Pyre, has only seen you so far. Hasn't seen the others. Apparently, its gaze fixated on you. I just probably change the music.
Yeah, I was literally about to do the same thing.
Seems to focus on you when you watch as the sack on its throat inflates larger and larger before this mind-shattering howl erupts from it. Its voice much louder than you could ever imagine such a creature. The noise makes much louder than you could ever imagine this creature ever making. It seems to resonate within your minds. And I need everyone, as it is a cone, to make me a wisdom saving throw. Including Umbra, by the way.
Yep.
Did anyone get 15 or lower?
Hang on.
What do you mean?
Morton?
Morton.
It would be Umbra.
Umbra's a +1,
Nope.
I think.
Umbra's a +2.
+2.
Yes, she got 14.
Okay. Umbra and Morton are both frightened until the end of the Howler's next turn. Your speed is halved and you are considered incapacitated. The rest of you are considered immune to the howl.
We considered incapacitated, you said?
Yes.
Wow, okie doke.
So you can't take actions or reactions. Luckily, you're still hidden, Morton, as is Umbra.
Oh,
However,
that's
this
right.
turn done, the other three follow its gaze and see you, Pyre, stood there in your armor, and they too begin to do this braying, calling noise as they charge towards you. So the first one is going to make 2 bite attacks. That is a 24 to hit.
Yeah.
Okay, you take 2d6 plus 3. You take 13 points of piercing damage.
Okie doke.
And the first one hit, the second wouldn't have. Okay, so yeah, that's its turn, but 2 others are pounding across the ground towards you, leaping through the air to tackle at you. Those 2, both of them taking 2 bites at you as well.
Great.
Oh,
With
God.
advantage, because pack tactics.
No.
So the first,
This is how I die.
the 19 hit,
Yes, just barely.
18 won't. So, I assume. Okay, so 1 attack hits. That will hit. That will miss. So you take 2 attacks
Okay.
as these claws wrap around you. You can actually feel as it fastens like around your arm. The inside its inflated sac. It's fleshy, moist, and very not nice. As you take 4, 8, 12, 14, 20 points of piercing damage. And then I believe Sin, you have the higher dex compared to Pyre.
Mm-hmm.
So Sin,
Yes.
you're up next. You can see 3 of them have swarmed around Pyre. One of them is about 10 feet away. All of them are giving out this low braying noise.
I want to. Oh boy. Can they see Pyre? Can I Pyre's visible?
They see Pyre, yes. They haven't seen any of you, however.
I want to. Oh gosh. Okay. I want to cast. I want to move towards. How far is Pyre from me?
Pyre is probably 10 feet away from you.
Perfect.
But it's different in elevation. You are, I imagine, halfway up the staircase.
Yep.
He's at the base.
Okay. But is the path from me to Pyre somewhat clear?
Oh yes, yeah. You can get to Pyre easily. You just have to
Okay.
go downstairs. So
I want.
Hidden.
No. I want to still in stealth go down the stairs, grab onto Pyre, and I'm casting darkness.
it would break stealth to cast, but you can definitely cast it. Go ahead. I assume you're centering it on yourself, essentially.
I actually want to center it around the
You would get Pyre in yourself in doing so, because 3 of them are literally swarming her right now.
yeah, that's fine. But I mean, we're going up the stairs. I don't want us to be blinded by the darkness. I want the enemies to be blinded by the darkness.
You would still be blinded, that's what I mean. There's
I
no way-
know, but I know where the stairs are. I'm going
Yes.
upstairs.
Oh, I get, yeah.
I'm going upstairs. I'm just gonna fumble my way up the stairs.
I get you. My bad. I apologize. Go ahead. Yeah, sure. You cast it. The shadows seem to thicken and darken and coalesce in this undulating sphere around the both of you. And Gilda and Morton, you can look down and see there's like a solid wall of shadow. Partway
I
up the
can
stairs.
actually see through that.
You can see through it. Yes, I forgot your warlock, can't you? And you have. I assume you have. What is it? Is it fiend?
Devil's Sight.
Devil's Sight. Yes. That would take you about 10, 15 feet. So you'd have 10, 15 feet left.
Okay, can I pull Pyre along with me for those 10, 15 feet up the stairs?
It would be 5 feet because it'd be half movement because you're pulling someone. But yes, you can start to move Pyre up the stairs.
Okay, I'm gonna start moving Pyre up the stairs.
That would be force movement, so that wouldn't trigger an attack of opportunity, but you would trigger attack of opportunities Sin, on you, because you would drop your stealth for just a moment to cast. So they can still lash out.
Okay.
But if they're in the darkness, would they be able to see her?
They have disadvantage. You can still lash out and attack when blinded.
Okay, that's fine. They can lash out and attack. I'm gonna keep running.
It'd be a straight roll then, because pack tactics versus disadvantage. So 60 hits. That's a 9 from the first. That's a 14 from the second. That's a 16 from the third.
Okay, the third one hits me.
Okay. You feel a bite just grasp at your arm as you take 9 points of piercing damage.
And I want to reaction.
Go ahead. Yeah.
Hellish Rebuke.
Sure, go ahead. Dexterity saving throw. 22.
Oh my god, yes, you save. But okay. But I still do 2d10 damage. Half of that. 9. You get 4 points of damage. It hurts 4.
Okay then. There's like a very strange, deep yelp almost. Like
Perfect.
this Hellish Rebuke lashes out and this braying noise goes louder. Higher. You're in complete pitch black darkness right now.
Just go up the stairs, you hear Sin say.
Cool. Do I know? Can I navigate that okay up the stairs?
You can, yes. You can essentially fumble your way up the stairs easily enough.
Okay. I'll use my full movement, which so that's 30 feet, which hopefully gets me back to the group. Yeah, they were 10 feet away.
You are out of stealth. Consider it stealth now.
So I won't
make a hide action.
I could use the hide action.
And they're still in darkness.
That's true.
I need to pass without trace.
Yeah, so I will get back to the group and then take the hide action.
Okay, roll me stealth then.
Okay.
You broke line of sight, so you can hide.
Don't fuck me. Plus 10?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
29.
Yeah. Okay, good to know.
Yay, teamwork.
And
Is
is
this a
this
bonus
a
action?
are you a bonus action?
I will
No.
say, if you're casting a spell, you break stealth.
Oh, no. That's my turn.
In that case, Gilda, you're up next.
I am just going to ready a sharpshooter shot for if one of those things pops out of the darkness.
Okay then.
So staying hidden, just
Morton.
Morton is standing there, hands like clapped over his ears, just a little too late because he still heard the scream or the howl or whatever it was.
You have half movement. You can still move.
No, I don't think I'm gonna. I think I'm gonna stay right where I am and just
Good to know.
remain hiding.
In that case, following after you. Oh wait, no.
I'm sorry. I forgot to add my proficiency in stealth, so
Oh.
it's actually a 31.
Good to know. Odds or evens, Sin?
Odds.
Okay. So at the start of their turn of the Howlers, one of them, the one that was outside doing the screech, is going to try and charge up the stairs, having seen you for but a moment, Sin, and is going to, lash out blindly and try and bite at you. So at a disadvantage. 12 to hit.
Nope.
Okay. The others are just going to follow suit and try and find you in this darkness.
Cool.
I say that was disadvantage. That's going to miss. 19 to hit
Yep.
and 21.
Yep.
Okay. You take. I'm just going to d4 first. 6 rather. 18 points of piercing damage as you feel 2 jaws fasten around your arm, and you too now, I think, get the sensation of getting the feeling the inside of this inflating sack around on their neck.
Ouch, gross, disgusting.
And now it's your turn.
Am I essentially grappled?
No, you're not grappled.
All right, I'm gonna leave.
Okay.
I'm
You have tax opportunity against you,
okay.
unless you take the action disengage.
I'm gonna take the action disengage and just go up the
Okay.
stairs.
You dart out of this darkness that you cast. You can hear the gibbering, braying noise of these howlers behind you as they desperately lash out for you, but they can't find your form, you having already fled. And you pass by Gilda, Morton, and Pyre, and Umbra.
Amazing, excellent. Time to go. Umbra would fall in line with me once I'm out.
Umbra and Morton have broken out of incapacitation and half movement, so they're free now.
Yay! Up the stairs, up the stairs, up the stairs.
You charge out onto the next floor.
What is waiting for me?
Odds or evens?
7 howlers.
Odds! I'm sticking to my guns. Odds.
You don't see any howlers.
But
Hold on, where is it? No, I closed out the tab by accident. One moment.
No,
I see
it's
nothing.
deleted.
I see nothing.
It's
There's nothing.
deleted.
I don't know what you're talking
It's been
Gone.
deleted.
Just
Power
checking.
word kill.
You see nothing because there's nothing there.
Okay. Yeah, you see nothing.
There could still be a butt there.
I know.
there's always a but.
Pyre, your turn. You've just seen Sin and Umbra charge past you. Sin, you're the only one out of stealth technically.
Oh, can I also use a bonus action?
You can, yes.
Cast Healing Spirit on myself.
Sure. You cast Healing Spirit.
Excellent. There's now a little spectral bat flitting around me.
I'll say Pyre, you would also be within range, so you would heal as well.
Yep, everyone is in 60 feet. And it's going to be cast at a 3rd level, taking up my 3rd level spell slot. Will I regret this? Probably.
Probably.
Okay.
So, do creatures heal at the beginning of their turn, or is it on the casting of the spell?
It's casting. What is it? It's whenever you are a creature you can see moves into spirit space for the first time or starts its turn there.
Okay. So you heal this turn, and then Pyre, you'd heal on your turn, which is right after this. So.
Yes. All right.
Cool.
And I will update you.
Okay. So you cast Healing Spirit, and then Pyre, it's your turn, and you feel the warming balm of the Healing Spirit push through, closing up the slight wound you have received.
Should we just say 7 points?
7? Okay.
Yeah.
Do. Thank you.
No problem.
No, not damage. Heal. God. Okay.
And
So
Umbra
those are
also heals.
those are still in darkness. Can I continue to stealth? Wait, how far? Sorry.
You remain in stealth until you break it.
Okay.
Sorry,
How far is Sin from me?
Sin is about 10 feet, 5 feet. No, sorry. Yeah, 10 feet, something like that, shall we say.
Okay.
Has emerged up onto the next floor.
Up on the next floor. I don't trust the next floor. Just because you didn't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Nope, none of those are useful. We're not attacking things. We're just leaving. Fuck. I'm just gonna move up to her side and not do anything.
Okay then.
Just
Gilda?
be stealthy.
Yeah, so where do we go? What do we do? There's still stairs going up, right?
Yeah, you're on the stairs going up.
Okay. And a perception check wouldn't break stealth, would it?
No, it wouldn't, no.
Okay. So then, yeah, he is going to circle up to the next set of stairs and then check to make sure there's nothing waiting for us down that hallway.
Okay.
So that, and for perception, that was a 20. I can do math, 25.
Yeah, you don't see anything.
Okay, then I will just somehow silently signal to the rest that some straight up, good, nothing.
Okay. Morton.
I'm just going to continue up the stairs sneakily, but as quickly as I am able to do.
Okay.
If you guys are entering my space and you are hurt, then it's 7 points of damage of healing.
How long does the temp hit points from Morton last?
Let's double check.
Doesn't matter for me.
Mine got used up.
He just didn't get mauled.
It just says. It does not say.
It's usually long rest you lose them, I think.
That
Yeah.
sounds
Think.
right.
Perfect.
Okay. So you all watch as hurrying out one of the hallways, summoned by the braying noise of the howlers. Down on the floor beneath you, you see a fox-like creature with not with glasses this time or anything bearing the same regality as the sly one did. This one seems just clad in common clothes, almost a simple researcher, as you were, of this place, simple resident, and just looks up and manages to see you, Sim, being the only one not stealth, stood before it. Just holds out a hand, and you see a coalesced form of necrotic energy that darts towards you, cutting through the shadows and dim light to try and slam against your chest.
Cool. Great. Awesome.
Asshole said his minions wouldn't hurt us.
Oh, he did. Whoever said this was his minion. That's 23 to hit.
I think you know the answer that I'm going to give you.
And hold on. You feel it impact against your chest, and the narcotic force seeping into your flesh, into your bones, and boiling your blood as you feel the searing pain run through you. My bad, it's a save. I need a Constitution saving throw.
Oh god. Dang. Okay.
Jesus.
My bad, I misread the spell. I was looking at a different one.
That's an 8. I failed.
You take 7. Hold on.
Ropson was nice knowing y'all.
16.
Do I have to resurrect you again?
21. 25.
Yes. Based on these numbers, yes.
26. Add 30 for 56 points of necrotic damage.
What? I'm down. I'm down.
You all watch as the finger of death slams into Sin's chest, her body crumpling to the ground, lifeless and without form. As she lays there, you notice Gilda just slightly out of your view, unfortunately, as you scanned, but not yet noticing any of you. The shadows seem to form, wings spreading out, as this humanoid-ish creature begins to glide forth. Curved horns twisting up and back, long spindly fingers reaching down to grab Sin, before bringing a claw across to lash at her throat. Ah, 22 to hit.
Yes.
Failed 2 death saving throws.
Cool.
Your blood spattered across the ground as the shadow demon begins to tear into you to eliminate this intruder. Top of the round, it's the Howlers. They're not smart enough, so they're still clawing and gibbering in the darkness, trying to find Pyre and Sin. Sin, I need a death saving throw.
Well, like, it was really nice knowing everybody.
Wait, you're in the healing spirit.
I am.
Start of your turn. You heal. So yes. Death saves at the end of your turn. Yes, you will.
Cool. I also got an 18, so I.
So you heal however much, and it's your turn, Sin. You're prone on the ground, a aching wound spread across your neck, only just slightly healed by that spectral bat.
Incredible. I'm so glad. What?
Wait,
What?
is Healing Spirit a concentration spell?
Oh, yeah, it is.
In that
Wait.
case, it's faded.
Wait.
Well,
Hang on. Yes, it is.
it faded when you fell.
I got an 18, so I still.
Succeed one death saving throw. Higher.
Can I see the shadow demon?
You can. It's looming above Sin, having not yet noticed you.
Damn it, motherfucker.
What do you wish to do?
Even if I can't not cast Spare the Dying. But the thing is behind, then, mother, okay, we're fine. Spell slot. How do we?
Yuki.
I'm gonna lose stealth. Shit. I'm gonna cast Spare the Dying on Sin. Because I'm not rezzing you again.
What does
Sorry.
Spare the Dying do?
Spare the Dying.
It's stabilizes them.
It's the creature becomes stable.
Okay then.
That's all.
I think that means you don't need to make rolls, so you're still down 2 death saving throws.
I thought it was. I'm just like knocked
you
out.
you just stabilize, yeah.
Yeah.
You don't
Yeah,
roll.
yeah, that's what it means. You don't have to make the saving throws anymore, but you are
You're
still,
still
down.
down.
Got it. Yeah.
So you're still down 2 death saves because of that wound on your neck.
Yeah. So now I am technically visible.
You are visible. Yes, you broke stealth and
Neat.
the shadow demon whips up to look at you. What do you wish to do, Pyre?
Cry.
Blood is
Did
seeping
it.
out of Sin's
Got any
neck.
healing potions?
Push
Shove
you.
it down my throat.
I got lots of healing shit, but not that shit. Let me check my equipment really fast.
Action for Spare the Dying, which is a cantrip, right?
Yeah, it's a
What's
So
that?
yes, you have a
bonus action. Spare the Dying is a bonus action for me.
Oh, you have an action. That's my bad. Go ahead.
Yes. Sorry. No, that would hurt Sin. Fuck me. Sorry, boys. Is that concentration? That's concentration. Alright, fuck it. I'm gonna cast Shield of Faith on Sin, which gives you a +2 AC for up to
Okay.
10 minutes.
Okay.
Okay, then.
And that's
that's
my
okay.
hunkered down my shield, and that's my turn.
Gilda, what do you wish to do?
Is panicking's a free action? There's that.
It is a free action.
So, seeing this big fucker, he's going to stupidly try and draw its attention to him so Pyre can help Sin more effectively. So I'm going to take 2 sharpshooter shots at it. First one at advantage, correct? Because I'm still hidden.
You are, yes. So advantage. Go ahead. Roll to attack.
Fantastic.
Desperation is surging within you, Gilda. Sin, near death on the ground. Still.
That's a nat 20 on that one.
All right. Well, go ahead. Roll damage.
Sorry, and Slayer's praying it, so adding those d6s in. Oh, yeah. Double max damage on the bow, so that's 16, 24, 34, 38 damage on the first hit.
Fuck me. Okay.
And then second shot is a 24 to hit.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay. I'm doing it. I'm being a hero. 13, 16 damage on the second shot, and then going around the corner and like down the hallway a little bit, so it's forced to run from them and chase me.
Okay.
Ah!
Okay. That's your turn, Gilda. As this creature just darting between you and Pyre, trying to decide what to do as it's wounded, black ichor dripping from the arrows you've driven into it. Morton, what do you wish? Oh no. Sorry. It's the Arkelot's turn.
Oh no.
It looks at you stood there. Intruder shall be removed. And a small, sizzling ember of fire darts forward, heading towards Sin, and where Pyre, Morton, and
I gotta counter that.
Not so fast.
Counterspell.
Counterspell.
Can you
Counterspell.
do that? Oh, that's rude. All right.
So, what level was your counterspell?
5th.
5th. 17.
Rats.
Your counterspell goes, and you go to try and snag and unravel that firebolt. Only it's halted before you can do so. Stopped midair as the fireball lands at Sin's feet and detonates.
Wait, really quick. Could it see me? Because counterspell only works if you can see.
When you cast a spell, you would have broken stealth.
I sure would have. Thank you for clarifying. Yep.
So as the fireball lands, I need everyone to make me a dexterity saving throw, please. Then you will automatically fail. I'm so sorry. That is 8d6.
16.
Okay, you fail. What did you get?
19.
You succeed. Umber needs to save as well.
Ooh. Nat 20.
Umber succeeds. Morton, you take 22 points of fire damage. Pyre, you take half.
Because I'm resistant to fire.
Oh, you take half anyway. Pyre,
I'm also resistant.
you take a quarter. Umber takes 11. Sin, you fail your third and final death saving throw.
Yep.
It erupts and goes to consume your body. Do you have any final thoughts?
I mean, I was passed out, so like, I don't think I do.
You have eldritch connections to two individuals, Umber and the spirit you made the pact with. You wish to have final thoughts? You can.
I want to apologize to Dylira for not being able to show her sunshine, which she so desperately wanted. And I'm going to say to Umbra, I'm still with you. Always.
Okay. As you
Peace out, motherfuckers.
through Umbra's eyes bear witness to the flames consuming your body,
Which I'm resistant against.
you hear Dylira whispering back to you. You have given me much. I felt the wind for the first time in so very long. I promised you a boon, so a boon you shall have. Will you surrender yourself, Sin?
If it means my friends get saved and Umbra gets saved, yes.
They shall be free from danger, and you shall be caught, trapped within the precipice between life and death, and feeling partially unaware of the world around you like I am. But they shall be free. What is your choice, Sin?
Free my friends.
Then we have a pact. Sin, you're caught in this moment of death, your soul about to pass on to the other side. And then you feel like a chain yanking you. And you find yourself blinking out into the world, staring through eyes that are not yours, that are too low to the ground, looking up at this fox-like creature, this shadow demon, at Pyre, at Gilda, at Morton, staring through the eyes of Umbra, taking in the world around you. The sensation of Dylera settling not just on your soul now, but Umbra's soul as well. A form of unification, resonance, echoing along all three of you. Thank you, Sin. Now let me show you why I was feared. To all of you who watched Sin fall, the world suddenly goes bright, white, for a moment. Some wave passing through you. And as you look over at Umbra, you can see her eyes are glowing white. And you see not just Umbra stood there, but next to her, a red-skinned tiefling. One hand on her flank, and on the other side of Umbra, you see a tabaxi of dark fur and white speckled patches of pure age. A very vicious snarl on this tabaxi's face. One hand held out, and arcane sigils almost carving themselves into reality itself, through which you can see the twisting expanse of what is perhaps the far realm itself. An imposition of unnaturalness. And as this energy erupts, the world goes black. And we will be finishing today's session on that note.
Are you?
I'm fine. It's fine. I'm fine. It's fine.
It's A-okay, guys. It's totally fine.
It's fine.
So yes, on that moment, we will be finishing tonight's session of the Old Myths. I want to give a big thank you to everyone who's watching, whether that be live, on the VOD, or on demand. I also want to give a big thank you to Alex Rowe for the music he has made that I got to play for tonight's session, as well as the music that I hope helped set the mood for this dire situation. His information is at the bottom of the other. I do check it out. And I think, with a rather subdued note, we'll go around and have my players tell us who they are, where we can find them, and what their, well, perhaps not their favourite moment, but most standout moments was. And I think it's only fitting that we first go to you, Jessie.
Hi, I'm Jessie. I was the blue tiefling ranger.
No, sorry, not red. I got that wrong in this
That's
one.
okay. I figured it out. And you can find me at
Sorry, nothing. Hi, Torn Pixie, unfortunately raiding at a very bad time as we just wrapping up after all the
totally fine. Just had a player killed. All okay. Yeah, I'm Jessie. I was the Blue Ranger Tiefling. You can find me at Jehoos the Moose on most social media sites. You can also catch me on Tuesdays here at Variant Rolls in the From Us Came Dusk game. And don't you worry, I already had a backup character, so
Alright. I think I found a
everything's
good way to
good.
introduce them. I know a good way to introduce the next session, don't worry. But yes, Sam, I think you need a moment still, so I'll go around to Jono.
Hi, I'm Jono. You can find me on Twitter at MammalJono. I played Brother Morton, the Tiefling Warlock. And I think the moment that most stood out to me in this game was having my counterspell counterspelled. I didn't realize that could be a thing, and now I will be very careful from this point on.
It's a very evil thing to do, but I've been upfront with all of you. This is a deadly campaign, and
Oh yeah.
my characters play smart. My monsters will play smart if they're smart. Unfortunately, yes. I'm so sorry. This is what you joined to, Jono.
No, I'm loving it.
Go next across to Stephen.
Yeah, I'm Steven. I am not the same man I was when I started this. This is whoo. But I played Gilder. You can find me on Twitter at Stephen Arnold. The last whole 5 to 10 minutes, however long that was, I lost track of time. That's the standout moment.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh boy.
And last and certainly not least, Sam.
Hey, I'm Sam. Samtastic with 3 M's. Don't mind me, I'm fine. I play Pyre, the cleric. So I have feelings. Tomorrow night I will be on Hats, Cats, and Clerics for date night at 7 p.m. Eastern. Anders and I are going on a date. It's gonna be great. What else do? I don't know. I yell on the internet a lot. Standout moment was me high-key RPing with Sam, which is always really great, as the Arcanoloth, exchanging information. That was fun.
Hi.
Yep.
I'm glad I got to play the Sly one. The Sly one's been a character concept in my head for about a couple of months now, so I'm glad you got to encounter them in such a way. But yes, last and least, especially in comparison to the wonderful role playing of my players tonight, especially in this last 10 minutes or so. Hi, I'm Sam, or Samuel, because I know there's another Sam. I played everyone and everything else in this horrific world, and unfortunately took one of our beloved characters. But as I said, sadly, this is a deadly level campaign with smart enemies and this all way to remove an intruder. But there's something more to come, as Dylira has just now flexed her power, so we'll see what the result of that is. I can be found on Twitter as Eldritch Warlock. I don't think I said that. And my favourite moment, it has to be just watching all of you reacting to what happened to Sin at the end there. Just the urgency in not just the characters but the players. I don't say that's what I live for as a DM, because it's not, because I don't like putting players in those situations, but seeing that moment when character and player is unified in intent, in desperation or other emotion, is always magnificent for me, because I think that really shows the depths you can get with Dungeons and Dragons and other tabletop role-playing games. And I do hope this unfortunate series of events hasn't been too upsetting. But yes, this has been session 8 or session 2 of season 2 of the Old Myths. And thank you to everyone who either watched live, watched the VOD, or watched this over on YouTube. Your viewership has been greatly appreciated. And I don't know if there are any mods in chat to do a raid. But yes, this has been the Old Myths, and oh, I forgot to say where you can find me on YouTube. Sorry, I didn't expect this to happen, so I'm a bit lost. But if you're interested in seeing me play, you can find me over on the RPG Lab tomorrow at time zones 2 p.m. Eastern, where I play Tabaxi Rogue Bard. And you can also find me here on Paintballs DMing this Thursday at 4:30 p.m. Eastern for Haunted Whisper, and then of course naturally next week for the next session of the Old Miss, where we'll find out what's happened here in the Spire. I'm not seeing anything about a raid in chat, if I'm honest, and I know I don't have permissions to run it, so I think we'll be finishing the stream here. Thank you all so much for watching, and I look forward to seeing you all next week. See you, folks.
As someone new.